I seen this amazing sweet potato honey bun cake from Spilling the Sweet Tea on Instagram, and I had to remake it. Here's how I made it. I started by peeling my sweet potatoes. I have 4 sweet potatoes right here, but all you really need is 2 small sweet potatoes because you're only going to need 1 cup to put in your cake mix. Once they were completely peeled, I added them to some boiling water and I let them cook until tender. To a mixing bowl, I added in 1 pack of yellow cake mix. I used Super Moist by Betty Crocker. Next, I added in about 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. I also added in 4 large eggs. You can use 5 medium-sized eggs as well. Next, I added in 1 cup of water. I used a stand mixer to blend my ingredients. If you don't have a stand mixer, it's completely fine. You can use your hands and whisk. It may take a little more time, but just whisk until fully combined and you'll get this consistency. Once my sweet potatoes were fully cooked and tender, I used my potato masher to mash them. The steam is so satisfying. I added 1 cup of sweet potatoes to my cake mix along with some vanilla extract and some food coloring. This is totally optional. I ended up mixing in red and yellow to get more of an orange color for my cake. Again, this part is totally optional, but if you want that orange color, it's highly suggested. It should look like this when done. To a separate bowl, I added in 1 cup of light brown sugar along with some nutmeg. And I also added in some cinnamon. And I just gave that a nice stir until well blended. This is going in the middle of the cake. To a medium-sized baking dish, I buttered up my pan. You can also use some non-stick spray for this part. It doesn't matter. Next, I added in half of my cake mixture. I spread it until it completely filled the bottom of my pan. Once that part was done, I added in my brown sugar mix. I thought I wasn't going to need all of this brown sugar, but I ended up adding all of it to the mix. I then added the rest of my cake mix on top. I made sure I got every scrape from the bowl because no cake mix left behind, period. I preheated my oven to 350 and I let that cook for about 25 to 32 minutes. You can use a toothpick to see if it comes out clean. For my icing, I used 1 cup of white sugar along with a little milk. I also used some vanilla extract and I gave that a nice stir. It should look like this when done. Once my cake was cooled, I smothered my cake in icing. I love icing so much. You honestly don't have to pour as much icing as I did, but for me, the more icing, the better. This sweet potato honey bun cake definitely hit the spot.